Hey guys, what's up? It's Sherry. This is part 2 of the video that I did last week when I bleached my hair. This is going to be the part where I tell you guys how I toned my hair. And I know you guys are probably wondering what I used to tone my hair to get it to this ashy blonde. I don't know if the camera is really picking it up, but I do have like some silvery gray spots under here. So I will definitely tell you guys what I used to achieve this color. So I'm gonna share with you guys the video of what my hair looked like after I washed the bleach out of my hair. So this is how it turned out. It was very brassy, obviously, is what is going to happen when you bleach your hair. So I was looking at my hair, I was like, oh no, I probably am not going to achieve this light color look. It's probably still going to be like a level 7 or whatever. I don't even know the proper levels for blonde hair, but I just felt like it wasn't going to be that light because it wasn't really at that pale yellow tone. But I just kind of went with it. What I used to tone my hair were 2 products. The first one was actually not a toner, it's more of a permanent hair dye. It's from Wella Color Charm as well, but it is the Frosty Ash 12A/1210 Frosty Ash permanent hair color from Color Charm. I used that and I also used the Wella Charms 050 Cooling Gray as an additive to give it more of a cooling shade. Like I wanted to have more of a silvery tone to it, so I added a little bit of that. And my developer, I used a 20 volume developer. And I know a lot of you guys called me out on that in my other video when I toned my hair, that you don't need anything higher than a 10 volume to tone your hair. I got that, but when I was at Sally's, I just bought like the small bottle of the toner, and I was looking for a 10 vol and there was none. I was like, oh no, I have to use a 10 vol because I'm going to be called out for it a lot here on YouTube for using anything higher than a 20 or than a 10. But they did not have the 10 at the Sally's that I was at. A lot of the toners, or sorry, a lot of the developers were sold out, so they only had like the 20 and the 30. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna risk it. I'm gonna use a 20 volume with this. So I'm sorry guys, I use a 20 vol, but I know I don't have to use 20. So please just don't call me out. So what I did was I took the Frosty Ash and I applied it in a bottle, and I used only half of the 050 and then I mixed the whole bottle of the 20 volume developer, because the 20 volume developer is the right amount that you would use. Because when you use the, I'm sorry if it sounds noisy here, I think there's like water trickling again and the fan's going on. I really need a new place to film. I'm using a whole bottle of the Wella toner or color, whatever you're using. It's usually 1:2 ratio. So 1 ratio of the toner and then 2 ratios of the developer. 2 of the bottles of the toner equals the small size of the developer, if that makes sense. So I just poured the whole thing into the bottle. And again, I mixed half of the bottle of the 050, shook it up, and that was my mixture to tone my hair. I know I normally start at the bottom and work my way up when coloring it, but this time around I just kind of started at the front to the top, and I just kind of applied the toner on my hair and I just kind of massaged it through, and then I just worked my way through the rest of my hair. Through doing that, I would end up noticing that it was getting a little bit difficult for me to spread, so I kind of clipped my hair up and then I started some sections underneath and just used my hands to kind of spread the toner to make sure that I try to get it on there evenly and coat the strands so that there are not much patchy pieces to it once I wash it out. Now, as I was getting closer to finishing the product in the bottle, I noticed that I did not have enough, and I did not have enough to cover parts of my hair, so I was a little bit nervous that I was going to have some patchiness. and I was kind of getting nervous because I did this New Year's Eve and the store was closing already at this time, and I was gonna get my husband to run out and buy me another one, but it was really cold. It was like -40 and he did not want to go out, and it was going to be probably like a 15-minute drive. It's not that far, but when it's cold like that, you do not want to go anywhere. So I was like, okay, you know what, I'm just going to try to make do with what I have. So I tried to get every bits and pieces of hair dye that was left in the bottle and just squeeze it out. And you know, I would open it up and then take a brush and scoop it out and make sure that I would use every bit of it and put it on my hair. So when doing this, I also used a comb to help spread it out, and I made sure to just kind of massage it through my scalp, not really my scalp, but like my roots, so the roots were at least covered, and then just kind of worked my way through the rest of my hair and just kind of use my fingers to spread it out. So I left that on for 10 minutes and I washed it out, and it didn't look too bad. It looked like this, but then it was still patchy. Like there were some spots in between. So I'm going to show you that clip over here. Hey guys, so this is my hair after toning it just one time. So from this view, you guys can kind of see that it doesn't look too bad. Like the color, it does kind of look even in a way from far away, but if you look a little bit closer, it's just a little bit patchy because as I was toning my hair, I came to realize that I did not have enough toner to cover my whole entire head. So I went out and ran to Sally's to buy another pack of the same color, and I'm just gonna go ahead and retone it again, and hopefully it'll cover it up. Like underneath here, you can see it's a little bit brassy because I couldn't actually get it to fit everything. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to start off at the bottom as I always did, and this time around, this time when I did this one, I started at the top, but I'm going to start again from the bottom because this is where I don't have that much coverage of the toner. It's more brassy, so that's what I'm going to do. I just wanted to share with you guys how it turned out for the first toning session, and yeah, I really do like it. So hopefully when I tone it the second time, it's gonna look much better. Maybe it'll be a little bit more silvery, who knows. You guys will just have to wait and see. So like I mentioned, I did go out and I bought another bottle of the Frosty Ash, and I just used the remainder of the bottle of the 050 Cooling Violet, applied that, and this time around I bought a 10 volume developer. They had a 10 volume, so I got that one. It was a different brand, but I saw it and I bought it, and now you guys don't have to call me out for it. Instead of mixing it in the bottle, I mix it in the bowl, and I use a brush to apply it to my hair. I find that it was a lot easier for me to apply it with a brush than with a bottle, because this type of developer, it just got really thick in the bottle and it was kind of hard. It didn't come out nice and liquidy like most hair dyes do, so it was harder for me to just kind of distribute it on my hair, and I find that it was a lot easier for me to just mix it into the bowl and just apply it on my hair with a brush that way. So this time around I did what I normally always do, and that is starting at the bottom. So I started coloring the bottom of my hair first and working my way up. I should have done it the first place because that's how I always do my hair, and even if I'm styling it or coloring it, always start at the bottom, so that way I know I'm not missing any spots. That is basically all I did. Those are the products that I use to tone my hair, and this is the results from the tone. I mean, like if I look a little bit closer, you guys can see that there are some silver spots, kind of like, not really silver, but like, I don't know, grayish. Hopefully, like from my view here, you can't really see. Can you guys see it? It's kind of like highlights in a way. But either way, I am happy. I mean, if I go a little bit closer, you can see some spots. But it is a little bit yellowy here still. With this one, I left it on again for 10 minutes because of the toner. Well, this one actually is like a hair dye, a permanent hair dye. So I could have left it on a little bit longer, I think, but I just left it on for 10 minutes. This is the results, and I'm really happy with it. I feel like I am me again. You know how they say blondes have more fun. I feel more alive when my hair is this blonde color than when I have my hair a little bit darker. I hope that this was somewhat helpful for you guys, for any of you guys who want to go blonde or just want to find a different kind of toner to use. If I were to compare the Wella Charms toner or hair color between the T18 and the Frosty Ash, I think I prefer the Frosty Ash more than the T18. Like, I know a lot of people use T18, and I don't really see a lot of people mentioning that they've used Frosty Ash. But if you were to compare the swatches on them, and also from my personal experience, the T18 still, it gives it like a nice blonde, but from what I've used before and like my experience from like bleaching my friends or like family's hair, it still turned out a little bit like yellowy and it wasn't as cool ashy. But if you're looking for more of the cool ashy tone, I definitely recommend Frosty Ash and just add a little bit of the 050 Cooling Violet. It's more of an additive to add to your toners, I believe. That is it. That's how I tone my hair, and I like it, and that's all that matters. I hope that this video was informative, and I hope that you guys use it and take it if you want to tone your hair or whatnot. But also remember, I'm not a professional, so if you are in doubt in any way, go to your professional. But if you feel like you're okay with the information that I provided you, by all means go ahead, but don't say I didn't warn you guys. That's my story on how I went from my dark hair to this blonde that you guys see right now. Thank you again so much, guys, for watching. I love you all so very much, and just thank you guys for all your support and everything that you do, and thank you for watching my videos. I'll see you guys next time.